Welcome back, everybody. See,
Uh,
Hillary's laughing because she was trying to be disruptive before we went live again.
She was
I wasn't
succeeding
She
trying.
pretty
was, yeah,
well.
no, you were doing a great job at it. I was trying to
Yeah, I wasn't
concentrate, and you're
trying.
all
Come
beeping
on.
at me. Anyway, so okay, cool. So you're yeah, you're,
Beep,
you're getting
beep,
ready. Stop
beep.
it, Kigui. You die. Your character dies forever. Your burning wheel character also dies.
Maybe
No!
Kaguya is just low
Ripples
battery.
ripples out
You
through
can't
the.
kill him. He has a persona point.
Okay, fine. Anyway, so while the two of you are negotiating your checking out the space situation, Iori, you're spending most of your time at the theater, right?
Yep.
That's where
That's
you're.
where my sanctum is.
Okay. So I think that you, I mean, Kaguya is pretty much never around these days, and Litany's busy doing Litany stuff. So you are either alone or occasionally visited by sort of the ghost of Lyric in passing, right? Like you'll hear a door open or close somewhere. Maybe the pipes, rattling when they like use the sink in the bathroom. You'll come into a room and there'll be like an empty teacup on the table, but Lyric has just left, so you're kind of like crossing, like missing each other. And I think one night you come out of your room, and it's like 4 a.m. maybe, and you can hear somebody downstairs, like in the like kitchen area.
Okay. So, like, before the door closes behind me, I'll kind of put a hand in so it doesn't shut.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's that like really like perversely morbid feeling of wanting something to have gone wrong.
Right. Like staring out a window at night and waiting for like something scary to pop up.
Yeah, yeah, it's like maybe there's some like intruder in here and maybe I could like beat the shit out of them in a justified way.
Right, right. I mean, that's the thing. The side effect of carrying around a weapon all the time is you go looking for opportunities to use it. You like leave the house and you're like, maybe somebody will try to mug me. You get like Deliberator vibes. Um,
If only you could encounter a problem that a sword could fix.
exactly. Waiting downstairs is the ghost of Miyamoto Musashi, and he's ready to fight you finally.
Yeah. Um, I don't suspect I will have to kill anyone though, so I'll take like a training sword.
Just a practice sword. Okay.
I mean, you can still beat burglars up with a stick. It's really easy.
Okay. All right. So you head downstairs, and I think that you don't see them right away, but you hear Lyric digging around in one of the cupboards, and you can hear like pots and pans like getting cast aside on the floor. And yeah, Lyric is like mumbling to themselves like, "Where the fuck did I put that thing?" And like there's like clattering and.
So interesting time.
So when you speak, you startle the shit out of Lyric. You hear like a bang as they like hit their head on the inside of the cabinet, and they're like,
Oh,
like get up, and they like brandish like a cooking pot at you. They're like, what the fuck? What? Oh, ow! And they like put the pot down, and they're like, ow! I hit my head. Ow! Ow! Fuck! Hi. What's going on?
uh, I live here?
Yeah. No. Hey. Sorry. Was I being loud? What time is it?
At 20 past 4 in the morning.
Huh. They pointed at like, yeah. That reminds me.
Yeah, I think it is a look at the watch. He's like, oh no.
Yeah, when you say that, they're like, oh, yeah, that reminds me, and they like they like abandon. You can hear them wade through the things they've pulled out. So there's like the rattling, and they come out from behind the counter holding their like messenger bag. And yeah, I think that they like take out a pipe and a like a little plastic bag and they like sit down on the counter. And they're like, I had no idea it was so late. Early? Time's never been my strong point. Sorry, I just got in. I was looking for something. It doesn't matter. Never mind. What are you doing up so late?
Time's never been my strong suit either, or at least the way I understand it. I guess it sort of doesn't matter when you're awake, that is. But anyway.
Yeah, Lyric nods like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't even matter, right? Time. Pfft, who needs it?
So, I haven't seen you for a while. What have you been up to?
You know, stuff, attending things, going places, engaging with other human beings in a meaningful and important way. Dicking around, listening to records, getting high, doing magic stuff. I don't know. What day is it today?
It's Tuesday.
They look at you like, you're gonna have to give me more information than just Tuesday. They're like, how long has it been since the movie? 3, 4, was that last week? Anyway, I've been really busy or not busy. I mean, either way, doing things. How about you? You've been hacking the interwebs? And they do a little like keyboard motion.
I guess. Yeah. Not doing much.
You seem kind of bummed out, Yuri. Are you okay?
You know when you decide that you want to do something and then you have to wait and you can kind of slowly feel it slipping away. And you wonder if it was worth making up your mind to do it in the first place.
No, I don't know what that feels like. That sounds rough, though, like really bad.
Well, I've got a bit of practice with it. 20 years-ish. Anyway, time's not important, is it?
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. You don't even need to decide. Just let things happen. Just let it happen. And then you can't be let down when the thing you wanted to do just isn't there for you. Or you have a better idea. Or want to do something different. I don't know. I mean, like, okay, there was that guy, right? And I was really bummed because it didn't go the way that I wanted. But, I mean, whatever. It's fine. There's other people. The world's full of them. They're everywhere. Look at this room. This room's full of them. It's me and you and, you know, right?
Sure. I mean, I guess you're right on some level. There's just not meaning to it. And maybe that's not important to you. Maybe it is enough. But I thought I'd made up my mind about something important, you know?
Yeah. I mean, stories are important. It's the journey, right? How we get from here to the other place, you know, like metaphorically speaking. That stuff's important too. My stories are just very short.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe I tried to start one and now it's not going anywhere.
Well, I'm gonna smoke this, and they like look at the pipe, but I'm gonna do it in the alley, and you can come outside and you can tell me all about it. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay. So the two of you go out into the alley, and you know, Lyric props the door open with like a milk crate, and they just like hang out, and like whatever it is that you've got on your mind, they listen, right? So how much? I guess what do you share with Lyric, and like kind of what do you tell them? I mean, you don't have to have the entire conversation, but I'm curious what the
Sure.
like what you impart.
I guess I just complained to Lyric about like this lack of agency that I was hinting at before. Well, hinting at, it's pretty obvious and pretty thick on it, but just felt like there was an opportunity to do something and then nothing happened. And I think more than talking about like what happened with the weird guy, it's more just like broad, like I've never done anything worthwhile, sort of.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel really bad about life and stuff. Okay. Well, I just want to see like how, I guess how the interaction goes generally, like how well you kind of get across what you're thinking. So why don't we roll? Let me roll something here. Let's roll intelligence and empathy, maybe, because you're trying to explain like how you're feeling. I think that your specialty applies here too, like because you're talking about your philosophy, right? You're like, I'm feeling kind of empty, and like this is kind of like you're letting out a lot of this stuff, but it's coming from a place of feelings.
Mm-hmm.
That sound right?
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
On difficulty 6, I guess.
Yeah. And if you get any 10s, they count as 2s.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what the specialty does. Yeah, if you get a 10, it counts as 2
Oh, okay,
successes.
I put in a number. I shouldn't have done that. 5, 6, 7.
Blurg. Okay, and these 10s? No. Okay. So 3 successes is still quite a lot. So, in direct contrast to Victoria's kind of like I'm hearing but not like listening, Lyric may not hear every word necessarily. Like they're constantly distracted. They're looking at other stuff, like their reflection in a puddle, or like a cat goes by and they're like, a cat. But you can tell, like you can just feel that they're like hearing the sub content of what you're saying. Like you're getting where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that after you kind of unburden yourself, they say, look, I know that you maybe got told that like doing things is the most important thing, and sure, like doing stuff is great, making things and impressing people and saying stuff that people remember and all of that's good, and they like put their hand on your shoulder, but like that's not everything. Sometimes just being around is important. Sometimes just existing is like a good start, because that's really hard. I feel like if I ever forgot to just try to exist all the time, I might just go away. I've seen it happen. It's not pretty. And plus, we're like totally abandoned, right? Like the people that taught us how to do this stuff, they're gone. That's some Freudian shit, right? Mom and dad, they left. And it happened to everybody. And look, everybody's dealing with it a different way. So if you're feeling bad about doing stuff, maybe just try to be around. You know? Let other people do some stuff. That's cool too.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be here still. I don't have anywhere else to go, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to do, but I'm not really ready to go to bed. Can I just like hang out in your sanctum for a while you do stuff? I won't touch anything, I promise.
Sure.
I mean, I'll touch the floor or like furniture or whatever with my butt, but I won't like mess with your space.
Fine. Okay.
with their butt.
Okay. So yeah, they follow you back up to your little like room. And I think if you go and sit down on your computer, they find a space like, I don't know, on your futon or whatever. And yeah, just kind of hang out, like looking at things and like occasionally making like brief conversations with you if you don't look busy. But they just kind of like exist in the space that you're in and seem like interested in what you're doing, even though they have no idea what it is.
Oh my god! You know what's the, like, to us as an audience, the evidence that Yuri's not taking this very well? Reactivated the WoW subscription.
Right, you're like, look, I gotta do something right now.
Gotta do some internet drugs.
I got some daily quests I need to handle. Okay.
Totally.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely a period where Lyric is like, oh, who's that guy? Why is he green? What's that about? What do all these numbers mean? This game is very confusing.
Yeah, I want to just talk.
Yeah. So they again, same thing. Like, even though now you're not talking about something that is necessarily as obviously important, they listen with the same amount of interest. And yeah, and ask questions, even though the questions are not nuanced. They're just like, what are you doing now? Why are you using that weapon? Why not this other one? Oh, that's cool. Why is it garbage? I don't understand this game. Lots of like little kind of interjections.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So do we want to jump to the big magic effect that Kaguya is doing? Do we want to move to that as the event? Or do you have stuff you want to do first, Litany?
Well, you were muted, Litany.
So yeah, I would like to kind of check out the space a little bit, do a little bit of reconnaissance on the physical space before it's full of a whole bunch of other people.
Okay.
So I guess there's probably some rolls that I would need to make for that, but
yeah. So what are you trying to accomplish? I guess, what is your intent?
I guess it's like part of it would be dependent on what Victoria has told me she needs to know about the space. And so like trying to find information that will be useful to her as well as to me, but also just like, I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah, Victoria. So Victoria, I mean, maybe we flash back to a conversation about it where, yeah, Victoria's like, look, I just need you to get something important. I think she probably says something in Latin, like, I need a whatever, and you're like, I don't know what that is. And she's like, and tries to explain something, like someone trying to explain a scientific principle to someone who obviously doesn't have scientific training.
Yeah.
But she's like, I need a significant object, something tied to the nature of the place. Get that and bring it to me. That's what I need.
Okay. So yeah, I think when I go in, I'm like looking around for, actual like catering planning purposes, but also I'm trying to, I guess that would be spirit, not life. Because I was trying to think about because living things, it's just like living things that are actually there, not like traces that they leave behind. That's spirit, probably, right? Or I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, like life. Yeah, life tends to be more in the like presence of a thing. But you can basically detect life, right? Like you can use life one to like reach out for like look for physical life.
Yeah, so I think I might do that, but I'm also probably going to use like entropy and forces seem more like, yeah, to try to figure out like she wants some significant thing, so I'm trying to figure out what thing might be significant.
Yeah, I mean, sensing anything is just the appropriate sphere one. So if you could do, I guess, and we won't get to talk about how you do this in your paradigm, how this fits into your tools and stuff, but like, how do you get a sense for the forces of a place, like the literal energy of the place? the life of a space. Like level 1 is just detecting patterns, like all that stuff. But what does that look like? Do you what do you do when you get into this place? What attunes Litany to a space?
It depends how much privacy Kugu's gonna give me in it. Because there's ways that I prefer to do it, and there's ways that I can.
Sure, Kaguya.
Um,
Are you distracted or busy enough with things? Do you leave Litany alone in this space? I mean, it's not your space, but
I'm sure there is a period of time in which I'm like, okay, well, you like do this. I have shit to do, so I go off into some other corner for a minute. I don't want to leave Litany like completely alone for related reasons, but
yeah. So I think that like I've brought stuff with me hoping that I'll have some like a little bit of privacy to be able to like do this properly, like what feels like properly to me. Because I'm just kind of like, all my magic is just like, this seems like the thing that I should do, so I'm going to do that. Because that's kind of what's been encouraged. It's like the opposite of the Order of Hermes stuff, where it's like, here are the rules. This is more like, I don't know, do the thing you feel. That's the right thing.
Yeah.
You're powerful. Become more powerful.
Yeah, I mean the verbena paradigm tends towards the like witchy, so like hexes and like reading things and like get some dust and eat it. Like that kind of like visceral, like what does it actually look like? What does Litany do? Cut yourself and draw runes on the wall or something,
Yeah, so I'm wanting to do something that I'm hoping can remain unnoticed and therefore undisturbed for a little while. And knowing Kaguya, it may or may not last for as long as it would be useful. But I have some dead mice in my bag.
Okay, where did they come from?
Like work.
Okay, all right.
Traps at work. Yeah, I think probably just the traps at work, or if I was desperate, I would have bought them at like a pet store, like a snake food kind of pinky mice. And I'm gonna like go to the corners of the spaces, and I've got like sharpened sticks, like twigs of that I've gathered of a particular kind of wood, and I'm gonna like prick my thumb with them and then like stake the little pinky mice in the corners.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Obviously.
Little mouse corpse totems.
Yeah. Well, and it's a kind of like it's part sacrifice and part like, I don't know. It's like my own blood into it, and partially like sacrifice and partially like the like remains thing. Like I want them to stay there. I'm hoping that it will just be like, oh, a dead mouse in an unused place. No one will be like too weirded out by it.
Cool. Okay.
And the stakes are short. They're not. It's not like some big thing with a flag on the end or whatever. It's meant to be subtle.
Okay. Yeah, and it's not like they're alive. They were already dead, so it's fine.
I mean, probably.
Okay. All right. So
it would have been more awkward to carry a bag of live mice.
It's true. Or you'd have to catch them. Or you'd have to catch them here.
I think Hugo would have noticed. So.
Okay. Well, let's make a roll. So if you're using multiple spheres at once, I think the rule is you add them together because you're doing kind of like a multi-detector thing. So let me take a look. Here we go. Conjunctional sphere effects. As an example, you want to influence someone's mood, blah, 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 with their chemistry, blah, blah, blah. How the effects can be communicated. Okay, all right. So it's the highest. It's still the same. So it's difficulty 4. You're going to roll your arete.
So I just straight roll that?
Yeah, difficulty is 4, and you roll your arete, and this is a coincidental effect. So difficulty is, yeah, as normal.
Come on.
Okay, let's see. How'd you do? Nice, got 2 successes.
2.
Good stuff. Okay, so with 2 successes, you definitely get a good like. So you create this sort of space that you can wander around in and like use the like channel the energy of your sacrifice, and you feel like you are in a place. I think that the vibe you get because you're using forces and entropy, right? You're looking for energy and patterns.
Yeah, and it's basically like it's me like making a perimeter for myself, kind of, is like how I'm setting it up. It's like, you could draw a salt circle or scratch something or like mark, but I'm like marking it out, like that I'm like marking out like the perimeter of my, like where I'm paying attention to or whatever.
Okay. So the chaos of this place, the sort of rundownness of it, the way the books are lying next to each other, the way the dust is layered, it feels like engineered. It's not real. It's not like the real way that a book would fall off a shelf. It's the way someone thinks a book should look if it fell off the shelf. The dust is applied wrong. Like you've seen dusty places. You can feel that the patterns are off here. And with forces, you can feel the vibrations of the place. The energy feels wrong here. And it's a physical like thing, like you can feel it in your stomach. There's something off. There's an unreal quality, also like kind of artificial or engineered. The space feels like there's something being hidden underneath it, and then you're experiencing the cloth laid over the statue, not the statue itself.
And can I get any sense of how recent that is?
With 2 successes, like this was all erected, like more than like less than a year.
Okay, but it doesn't have like Kaguya's signature or like.
I mean that you would need mind or prime for that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, so this is set up to look. This has been carefully arranged. This is a set piece.
Yeah. It's a false front. It's a facade.
Okay.
Litany has experience. Litany has experience with things that are real or not real, all in caps, and this is one of the not real ones.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave the mice there to decay because that's like part of how this works.
Okay.
With entropy and whatever, and that like I could maybe reuse them if I needed to in future, but
yeah,
I'm not going to collect them afterwards. And yeah, I'll finish checking out things in terms of catering and let Kaguya know that I'm done.
Like a couple minutes later I come back and just say, well, so what do you think?
I go, I think it should work. Let me know kind of what space is going to be available. I'm thinking about putting a table here. And then I thought maybe we could have like someone walking with some things and so we can the, nitty gritty bits and pieces of like how it's actually going to work.
Yeah. So we like coordinate some stuff
and
then off you go.
Yeah. So that's all I really wanted to do before the event. But I'll definitely get outside, walk to the bus stop, and text Victoria.
Okay. All right. So Kaguya, what do you do?
I'm not like it's a trap, but I'm like.
Yeah. Sure. So Kaguya, do you want to make your roll to prepare the palimpsest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's gonna be intelligence art to to make the art?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And difficulty 6.
Yep, please.
Oh, it goes terribly.
Oh,
I rolled
no.
3 ones.
Oh no, you botched the shit out of it. Okay, so here's the thing. What I
Why
think
the botching?
I know you're rolling real bad. So while Litany uses magic to uncover the strange vibrations of the place, you encounter it by consistent frustration. Like you just can't get the place to feel right. Right? Everything that you do feels wrong. You're like, oh, this is how it should be. Nope. And it's like fucked up. You're like, nope, this is just not right. And then you like move things around and still like can't get it. It's like you're literally just being fought by the place that you're in. It's like whatever is underwritten the space is competing with you. Yeah, and when you get to the like magic part of the test, it's more difficult. It's definitely like an unsympathetic place.
Okay. Well, let's try it anyways.
Okay. So it's a prime 2 effect. It is coincidental, so you're looking at difficulty 5, but I think the place is fighting you, and you did botch, so I'm going to say difficulty 8.
Difficulty 8, fuck.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll spend willpower to get a free success.
Okay.
And then I'll try to fight the power here. So difficulty 8 on 2 dice.
It's going to be tricky. Good
I
luck.
get a 10 and a 4.
All right. Okay.
So I have 2 successes.
So you have to kind of brute force the place. And what I think
So
happens...
yeah, very much is a writing over instead of a... Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And I think what happens is you have to break. There's like a seal essentially. There's a space that is pushing you back, and you find a crack in it, and you have to use your magic. You have to use your power to like break that, and in doing so, you undo some of the like illusion of the place. And I think that Litany, you're outside like texting while Kaguya is like putting some like final arrangements on this, and there's what feels like a brief, like localized, like 10 or 15-second earthquake. Like, just like you feel that kind of like queasy feeling. And then you notice like you hear a rattling, and you notice that like everything, like a couple of cars' alarms go off, and like everything in the vicinity kind of like shakes a little bit. And then it stops, and then just like it fades.
And I go to Twitter and like wait to see if anyone has said anything about an earthquake for like while I'm just standing there.
Refresh it a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm like refreshing.
Nope.
And no one.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
And so then I'll text Kaguya.
Okay.
Like, something weird happened. Are you cool?
I just am like, yes, I'm fine.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm just like, see you on whatever, the night of the show.
And I like type out "be careful" and then like delete it, and then like type it out again and like stare at it for a minute and then delete it. And you just like dots and then no dots and then like dots like, waiting there for a while, no message, and then it goes away again, and you're like, I mean, I don't know what you're like, but that's what I would be like. Yeah, so you can tell I almost send you a message, but I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now that I've like made a breakthrough, I think I like pull an all-nighter or something, getting the last of it all figured out.
Okay. Cool. So I think that you yeah, okay. I think that you you finish like arranging, and you know you've like broken down something. Some barrier has been like tampered with.
So yeah, I would do like a full checkout of the space again at that point.
Okay, yeah, sure. So, why don't you make a prime, do a prime one effect to further like recheck the new modified space. Something has changed. You feel off balance. You got to recheck the feng shui.
Okay, and this is just difficulty 6, or even less than that.
No, it'd be
Prime
4
1.
because it's a coincidental prime one effect.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I get a 1 and a 9.
Okay. All right. So the uncertain sense, like you see windows that you know were like 6 inches to in a different direction a minute ago. You notice now, like Litany would see a much more authentic chaos with her entropy. Like things feel like now you're seeing like books that were piled in a very sort of cinematic way are now just scattered with their like pages fucked up. Um, and I think that as you finish like kind of you're walking around, you're feeling really like confused and like it's a bit like a fun house. Like things are just not quite what you thought it was going
Yeah,
to be.
having like been through the transition, it then feels really strange.
Yeah, and I think that you finish your walk around on the upper floor, and you notice there's a book that's been like jammed into the door frame of the like basement, like to like keep it closed, because one of the hinges is broken, so they've just like jammed a book in there. And you can't like as soon as you see it, like you immediately get this like your stomach drops, like you feel something like very wrong.
Yeah, and so obviously I go poke my nose in it.
Yeah, you'll have to like yank it out of there because it's
Hmm.
okay. All
And
right.
yeah, like I think there's a lot of like Kaguya's composure breaking down, and like my hair has like fallen out of place, and I just like look a little bit wild, and it's like very out of character. And yeah, I'm like kind of frantically like pulling at this book and trying to unwedge it. And
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So you managed to tear it. You managed to like pull it out. The cover tears away. It's an old book, so it's like a leather bound book. You tear one of the covers like tears, and the inside front page has been torn. Like the top part of it is torn. And all you can read on the front is the like a part of the title, and it just
yeah,
says Modern Prometheus, and then the rest of the book has been torn away. Um, and I think when you pull it free, the door like starts like swings open, and maybe I think this is probably a good like place to like actually stop the episode. But we see it. The last thing we see is you looking down the stairs, and we don't see the basement. There's just this like long like dark stairwell, and you feel this intense sense of like dread at whatever is down there.
great.
Yeah. Cool. Good doing. So yeah, nice work. There's something very bad in the basement, um, but we'll have to wait and find out what it is next
Do 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 do.
time. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Good magicking. Things are happening. Um, yeah, that's an appropriate face, Dave. Yep. Awkward, scary things. I'm gonna go start up the Q&A thread. So if you would like to tell everybody a little more about yourselves and where they can find you, that would be super sweet. Why don't we start with Andrew this time?
Cool. So I'm Andrew. You can follow me on Twitter at Comedian Crow. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/actualfactual. On Twitch, I do art stuff. But lately, because I'm basically sick for a month with allergies, I've just been doing video game stuff every week. And so I'm going to be doing that again today in about 40 minutes. 3:30 my time. I'll stream some stuff. And I also do some Roll20 shows like this one and that other one where the wheel is burning. And so you can check those out too. They're pretty cool. Because you're watching one of them, you already know that. And then there's a Hillary.
Oh, is that you handing it off to me?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh, great. You're doing a great job. We're all very proud of you. I'm Hillary. I'm on Twitter at As a Sparrow. You can follow me there. I talk about games sometimes. I talk about feelings and human being stuff more often. Um, you can also other places you can find me. I have a smut blog that I've been writing for like coming up on 7 years, and I have a Patreon for that I just celebrated my 1 year Patreon anniversary for, which has also been cool because I'm at my longest months in a row with post streak of that blog. Like I've had it for 7 years, but we're at like 14 or 15 months in a row with at least one post a month, which is cool for me. And I also review indie tabletop games for shutupandsitdown.com, which is mostly a board game review website. And you'll probably see even more of me online or like trying to work on projects because I am not currently actively employed. So also in my Twitter bio is a link to just PayPal me money if you want to. I'm not going to stop you from doing it. So anyways, Dave, tell us about yourself and your cat.
Oh yeah, you saw.
I didn't see is the problem. I heard chat seeing and I missed it.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Yeah.
If anybody missed him before, there's my cat. Much more important than me. That's in chat now.
Okay. Oh.
He's very cute. He's my baby. But anyway, I'm Dave. I'm Dave the Human on Twitter with underscores in it. Sometimes I tweet stuff. Sometimes it's like weird things where people can't tell whether I'm sick or talking about writing I've done because I like made an analogy and I realized later it wasn't very clear. I don't know. Yeah, I've been a little bit low energy today. In case you couldn't tell, since my character is me, they were also in a bad mood because I was in a bad mood.
Too much bleed in this game.
Yeah. Not enough. So I just finished writing a short story. I could post that if anybody's interested in it. I don't know. Whatever. I'm also working on my own tabletop role-playing system, which I have like a design document for, but no actual mechanics yet because I just delete them all after I make them because that's the thing. And that's pretty much it.
Cool, thanks, Dave. Hi, everybody. I'm Adam. I'm still Adam. I'm Adam every week. I'm always the same. It's exciting streaming from my new location. These are my role-playing games. I'll give you 5,000 esports dollars if you can guess what all of them are. If you want to do that, you can pop over to the subreddit, Roll20 on Reddit. I've got a Q&A thread up, which is where you can ask us questions about the game. I hope everybody's having a great time watching the show. We have an episode of The Burning Wheel coming up tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific time. And otherwise, you can follow us on Twitter, Roll20 app. You can follow me at Skinny Ghost, and we will keep moving towards Roll20Con. That's the next big thing. It's an all-day convention, June 3rd. Follow Roll20 app on Twitter for more information about that. We'll be making some announcements in the next couple of weeks about what kinds of content you can expect from that. And otherwise, business as usual. Give us a follow right here and pop over to roll20.net. Make yourself an account because you should be playing role-playing games too if you're not already. We'll see everybody next week for more Mage. Thanks for coming. Later, wizards.
Bye. 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 Bye.